Alright, I don't know if you can hear me yet. We'll give it just a second, but this is Scott, and we're back again for another edition of Hardcore No Man's Sky. So basically, I have modified the game using the mods available on NoManSkyMods.com, and getting closer to the game that I wanted No Man's Sky to be from the start. That would be a game that is exceedingly difficult, but not so much so that you're just beaten in a submission and don't want to play anymore. I think I've found a good balance here, and I'm going to lower the volume of the game just a bit. There we go, it's a little bit better. I think this game is amazing and has the potential to be pretty damn cool, but it does suffer from ease. I mean, you can fly it with, oh yeah, my cat was flying the ship, actually. Could that even happen? Yes, it could happen. And I found the game to be pretty easy, so I've installed a few mods, and I posted an earlier video, but I thought I'd go over it again. I need 2 more animals, I think, on this planet to call complete. Yes, that's correct. I believe heavily that one of them is a flying creature, but we're going to find out for sure. But regardless, what I'm trying to do now is kind of play with these mods a bit and see if I like them or not. I have a mod to make things bigger, which I'm really loving. Makes things seem very alien. Now this world, they're mostly trees, so they look somewhat normal. Giant mushrooms, though, rocking my world. Love the giant mushrooms. We also have a mod in here which makes it much more damaging when the sentinels shoot. In fact, I almost died when I took a ball from one of the other planets. I mean, they were kicking my ass, so that was amazing. Because I do want to challenge. I also have a mod installed to make the animals more aggressive toward me. In fact, everything should pretty much hate me. But that has not really kind of proven its worth yet. There's been a bit more aggression from the animals, but not a ton. Also, side lighting is out, so there's a thing called rim lighting, and that is kind of happening on everything, so you never get anything that's very dark. These are just amazingly creepy forests now, which I'm enjoying quite a bit. So you have to use your flashlight, which you've never really ever had to turn on in the game, that I ever had to anyway, in the time I've been playing it. It almost feels like you're inside of one of the caves, but it's much more interesting. So as I said, I need 2 more animals in this entire planet, but they have been very elusive. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ship and we're going to fly to a new location, because that seems to kind of solve the problem. If you change your venue a bit, sometimes the different animals will pop out of nowhere. So we're going to change our venue and fly somewhere different. And I also have a mod installed where 75% of the buildings are not rendered. So we have a much less sparsely or densely populated planet, because it just feels like I'm one of 50,000 other people that have been previously landing on this planet. Now it's a lot more lonely feeling. Also, the ability to pretty much land on a planet, harvest its resources, and find a place to sell them has never been a challenge for me. I mean, I'll land on a Gravitino Ball planet, find a station with a landing pad, which means it's going to have a galactic trading terminal, and you basically just start going out, collecting the balls, running back in, trading them, wash, rinse, spin, repeat, and it's really kind of watered down the capabilities or difficulties of the game. So with this mod installed, finding buildings is much more difficult. So even finding a pad in general has been somewhat hard. That was one of the second or third buildings I came across on this entire planet. And basically, kind of right now, I'm looking for a place to set down that might be somewhat interesting. I think right here might be my spot. I also have the low fly mod enabled, which has the hover capability. Very pleased with the mod work these guys have done. It's epic. I mean, it's changed the game from being a major disappointment to something I'm actually really starting to enjoy playing now. It's only going to get better. I mean, I assume once the game kind of gets its feet under it and Sean Murray wakes up and realizes that 7-year-old game testers was probably a bad idea, this is going to become a really amazing game. So I'm not one of those people who ask for a refund. One of the 28,000 Steam users that requested one over the weekend, apparently, which they've now shut down and are no longer accepting refunds for No Man's Sky if you've played more than the standard allotment of, I believe it is 2 hours. some people were playing with 30 or even 70 hours into the game, and Steam was honoring the refunds apparently for false advertising, which I can completely understand because this game looks absolutely nothing like the one that was shown to us. However, I understand that with time pressure and even death threats that Sean Murray received when they delayed the game the first time, he was just probably scared to death to push it back again, to add in the features that he had actually promised. That's the reason why I'm expecting that the next iteration of this game is going to be so much better than the current one. Even though the current one is, I don't know, it's so easy. I've attained, let me check, just to double check this here. Under Journey, I think about the max milestone for pretty much everything except for a couple. Yeah, I mean, how is that possible with, what, about 40 hours worth of playtime in to have already really kind of taken care of most of the milestones in the game? I would have expected this game, being the 14 quintillion systems that it was bragging about, to take a hell of a lot longer to get somewhere than that small amount of time. So I'm somewhat disappointed that the milestones are so easily attainable. I would like to see additional milestones added, and I don't even know if that's possible at this point, because once you've reached the maximum milestone, you're going to even bother to go back and look and say, oh, well, it looks like I'm no longer at the maximum milestone. I don't know that that's ever going to cross someone's mind. So, yeah, they might be kind of out of luck there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's all going to unfold, and we'll find out what people are planning. So as I was saying, I'm looking for the last 2 damn creatures on this planet that I have not yet discovered. I'm using my my fanciest binoculars here, which will show me green and red circles, or circles when there's things making noise, even if I haven't figured out what that is yet. There's a good example. Hang on, wait for it. It's right to the side of that reticle, or was it a second ago? You know, well, there's something over there making noise. I don't know what it is, but I'm suspecting that what I'm looking for is a flying thing. Aha! And I'm right. Alright, so now these are really difficult to catch because you got to keep them in your reticle for a while. They are just frustrating as all get out to like track. This will drive one to drink right here. Alright, can I reposition my mouse pad here? Come on. Right, they're too far away. I think I'm missing 2 different flying animals. Typically, there are 2 flying creatures on every planet, and there are at least 1 hopping or cave-dwelling creature on every planet. Oh, come on, that's got to be good enough. Jeez. Alright, let's try an easier one. Nope. Oh, these guys are killing me. Every planet, it's the same problem. I just have trouble keeping them in the reticles long enough for them to register as the thing I'm scanning. And you could try the medium resolution on this, but it doesn't always work. You know, I was ranked in the top 40 players for... look at that! For Instagib at one point in an Unreal Tournament worldwide, and I can't even scan a frickin' butterfly right now. There we go. I am not feeling the love from this game for that skill. Alright, that's 1. So now I want the other one that's more of a buzzardy type of creature typically. So if we check it out, we need 1 more, I believe. Yep. So, and I'm betting dollars to donuts that that's going to be a flying creature. We're going to keep an eye out. Check and see the scanner from time to time to make sure that we're not missing something or seeing a red dot. The game is... Oh my god, yes! Could that be what I need? Could that be what I need? It is! Sweet nectar of the gods. I don't care about the money at all. I care about the overall accomplishment. I'm not really sure why. I'm probably going to use that to pick up women in bars. So, how you doing? I accomplished a journey milestone in No Man's Sky. Yes, I know. I did. I discovered all the species on 4 planets. That's right. 4. You're probably thinking, wait a minute. Didn't my cat do that? But no. The game's hard, baby. I had mods installed. Alright, so looks like I can get one more for whatever the next milestone is. So let's get the hell off of this place. Jump out to save our save point, and then get out of space. Because that's all you got to do. Jump out of your damn plane to save the game. You know, the fear of death in games, and the fear of dying in games, is one of the things that drives people to avoid danger. And it's just so easy in this game to avoid danger by jumping out of your ship, saving your point, and then doing something stupid. I don't think that should be rewarded. I'd like to see that I would actually want to use the save points that are on the systems. The planets have those save points, and I use them from time to time, but it's exactly the same thing if you save in a starbase, or if you were to save on one of those points on the planet, or jump out of your ship. And they're all equal. So why would you bother to save at those individual points on the planet, especially given the fact the waypoint system is so terrible? Your chance of getting back to that place or to a planet. I hear people say, hey, I'm going to name this planet in case I want to come back to it at some point. Have you ever tried to come back to a planet? There's no mechanism to handle that. There's no way to say, hey, remember that planet named Free Stuff Forever? I want to go back there. You can't find it. It's just not possible. And that's not to say it's going to be like that forever. And maybe they're going to add it at some point. But at this point, naming planets is just... it's fruitless. I did it initially, and I was like, why am I bothering? I mean, you do get some money for doing it, which is also somewhat ridiculous. Because, as we all know, other people probably aren't going to see your own the stuff that you've made. I'm also waiting for the diversity update. I think that there's some diversity problems in the game because everything's kind of looking the same, and I would imagine things to look a lot different than they really are. So I'm waiting for that to kick in. I imagine there's a bug somewhere preventing a lot of this, or again, it might be that they just didn't have the time to get it all done. We are coming in hot and heavy right on top of this base. Well, let's just stop in, because that'd be rude to not to, since we're hanging right over his face. We'll start the landing sequence here. Oh, look at that, too high to ship land. Alright. There's a few buildings right there. This place looks pretty damn desolate. Alright, what do we get? We've got... fair planet, regular sentinels, efficient flora and fauna. So, there's nothing going on, basically. Oh, I do have a mod in to make the crystals look nicer, or at least more interesting. This sticks with the overall feel of the game, but I thought I would try it out. Well, our suit isn't what needs the plutonium, milady. We're gonna have to buy some. We're gonna have to get some of our hyperdrive stuff in order here if we're gonna plan to leave this planet. I'm just gonna load the launch thrusters with plutonium if I was close enough to my ship. I do like that I have to be close to my ship to actually do some of these things. Because initially it was, stuff was teleported to your ship no matter where it was, and that was just magical. And although I guess I dig magical in times when I want it to be easy, most of the time I enjoy the challenge of the game. So now I'm this close, I should have no problem in refueling that thruster. There we go. Alright, good enough for me. Do I even want to stay on this planet? There's nothing to discover, right? Yeah, I mean, I got no reason to stay here. I've got everything I need from a money's perspective, so I have no goal in mining things. I'm not looking for a portal. I would like some nickel. That's one of the only things I need. Alright, let's try it and see this is what this big bag of floating stuff is. Is this nickel? It's copper. Pure copper. I'll take some. Alright, let's go down. Let's blow this Mickey Mouse joint. There's no reason to hang around here now. This planet has a moon. Let's go find out what's up with that. moon I have yet to discover? It is. Sounds like a Russian composer. Entrovsky's Symphony Number 8 in D minor, Opus 46. I was thinking about making some mixology videos. Like, I like to make drinks, and I'm not talking about like simple ones. I want to make some complicated, so I'll make a few drinks that are just kind of over the top, completely unrelated to gaming, obviously. But so I can make those ice spheres. Most people make ice spheres. What I do is I don't quite freeze them all the way, and then I drain the water out of them, and then I fill them with smoke, like from cherry wood. And then put that into a glass of bourbon, and you crack it open with a spoon and add the smoke to the bourbon. This is currently kind of a cool little thing, and the guests think it's pretty cool. Crack open ice ball. But I'll see my videos on like how I do some of those things. I don't know if those would be interesting or not. I have probably a different audience than is watching No Man's Sky, but then I am a gamer and I am not 13. So obviously some people are older and gamers. I think we're looking for different things out of games, though. As I said, I enjoy a challenge. I don't play games for the bragging rights at the bar. Okay, let's see what kind of giant-ass things this planet's offering up. This looks very boring. Toxic dust, passive, lacking, and regular. So we've got... What's this planet going to hold for us? Well, it's got some animals. Hey, look at that. It's not quite the dune sandworm. In fact, it hops. Where goes that theory? Okay. Well, that's kind of a creative creature. I haven't seen one of those yet today. How about anything delectable to pick up that might be worth big money? Venom sacs. Anything at all? I don't see anything. This looks like a quick decision to me. I don't see any reason to stick around here. Obviously, some of the people who have been on this planet for hundreds of years, waiting for me to arrive at their little shelter, are going to be disappointed when I don't show up. But hey, what can I tell them? Maybe you should have picked a different career. That's all I got. Alright, let's get on. We do need to focus on getting some warp things done, though. So, I think we got a boatload of titanium, don't we? On the ship, I think we've got titanium, too. Yeah, we have a whole 500 there. And a bunch here. I'm thinking about ditching this one. So, let's load up all of our shields and... Ooh, so there's a carbon somewhere with a little bit, little bit of carbon in it. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And in here, let's try and make our electron vapor, make our antimatter, and then make our warp core. Warp. That's one. How far is that going to get us? I'm not really sure. Farther than we had a minute ago. So let's do this again. These. We can actually make two of these now because we have another one pending. I see here. Oh, missing Herodium. So can we make a warp cell? We can't. All right. Well, that'll get us two. Halfway. Let's see if there's any other planets in this system. I think there's 3. Already discovered that. Hey, look at that. Let's go. Looks like bad. You know, have you noticed that wherever you are, somewhere it's almost always about a minute and a half away? It's never farther. It can be shorter, but it's almost always a minute and a half away. How's that happen? if you watch, or if you play Elite Dangerous, and I think about doing some more Elite Dangerous videos. I played a lot of Elite Dangerous originally, and I really liked the game, but it kind of suffered from the same problems that No Man's Sky is you be way out, thousands of light years away from populated planets where there's everybody, and there's no governments, there's no NPCs even. You're out in the middle of nowhere. It's bleak, it's desolate. You land on a moon and some ring planet in the middle of nowhere, and you find a crash ship with T on board. And then you drive a little while and you find a crash ship with personal weapons and a life pod, and then you drive a little bit and you find more T and personal. It's like, have we been everywhere? Oh, hey, this should be hilarious. Hostile subspace ships. Watch this as I teach them a lesson. last time, I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to do this because last time we did this whole. Where are the ships? Dude, I didn't even stand a chance. I don't even have to aim. It's just like. Yeah, that was tough. No, that was just the shortest fight ever. Let's add the smallest iron bit there. Yeah, alien ships defeated. Damn right they were. Don't mess with me, man. I'm like loaded for bear with my racked out ship. I could probably look for the ship with the full slots, the 46 or whatever I'm missing, 48. But I'm quite pleased with this one, and I really don't see a reason to. Look at that. I don't see a reason to kind of just frustrate myself in trying to find other ships. I made a video on how I did that, how I got to this ship, by the way. I did not purchase a single ship, but there are certain observatories you can use to locate crashes, and you can use them over and over again. So I located about 10 ships. Well, find a ship, upgrade or not. In some cases, it's usually 1 or 2 steps up, maybe more, or 1 step down. So you kind of decide, you don't want it, move on to the next one. And you really only need to repair 2 different parts. However, one of the coolest side effects of that is, as I was taking these apart, vortex cubes started to stack, even though they're not supposed to. This is 6 out of 100 vortex cubes. And we got a few other stackable items. We've got, where are the Carite sheets started stacking? 8 of 100. So now if I make Carite sheets now, I can stack them. And that is so good, because you really burn through these bad boys when you are building ships. I mean, that is a major thing. Also, the Gravitino balls. I have 10 of 100 here. I had around 60 at some point, and I sold a bunch of them for cash. There's no reason to carry that many around with me. I probably could have gone out and gotten a couple hundred. I see people using that duplication bug to make money, and I'm not going to cheat again. I play games for difficulty. If there's a bug and it lets me have a benefit, that's acceptable for now. But I'm not going to exploit it, especially if it's a bug like that. This thing stacked them and I didn't plan on it, so now I'm like, okay, they're stacked. I'm going to leave them stacked. And this looks like a very big gas planet. And there's already a building. I just really wish that these planets would be... I'd love to land on one and have nobody there. I think that would be so awesome. I feel so alone. Alright, what is this? I need nickel still. Still looking for nickel. Are you nickel? Let's land and find out.
Toxic protection. Stabilizing.
Well, I have no idea what this planet is. It's even tell me. Aluminum. That's not what we need, is it? We need nickel. I got a boatload of aluminum. The other thing that I don't like about this game is once you figure out what's on a planet, you know that's kind of what's going to be there every time. It's not like a surprise, like you're going to wander into a bunch of other stuff. I do need iridium, but just like most of the things in the game, you can get it anywhere. So what is up with this? It wasn't letting me move forward for a second. It's really dumb. Right, that's not much wrong with this planet. Let's get the hell out of here. So there's nothing on here for me. There's no Yeah, there's nothing to find. Jeez, can't get off. Go! Just not a fan of hanging around these systems that have nothing to offer. Some rocks here to get some fuel. Pick a map. I've got these other waypoints. I've been kind of following them a bit, but I'm not really sure why. I feel like I'm at the end of this one. This one's got another place to go. 5 planets. Alright, let's do it. I do like the music in this game. It's like the only part of this development team that just really did his job really well. I warped. I get a milestone for that. Did I reach my max milestones for that? Warp 30 times. Ooh, I see the opportunity for another star up there. Apparently that's the only thing in the game that is hard to attain. Is warp speed. I see gold. I see iridium. I see. This could be iridium. Iridium, I think it is. No. Let's get some iridium since we're standing here, and I might as well get that stupid language thing. I'm not really playing that game. I'm not talking to many of the aliens. I really don't see. I don't really see him. I don't go when I visit him, so I'm just going to claim this one. Acid rain. By Beamer for battle. This is the game. Alright, we got a stack of 200 for DS. I don't really see the reason to stick around this planet either. Next! I mean, unless you see something here I don't see. I don't care about any of this crash stuff. You know what we don't have? We don't have plutonium. Let's go find some plutonium just so we have enough for our thrusters. Hey, look at that. Wow, that was hard. Oh, there's even more. God, just seriously, don't spoon feed me everything I need. Make me dig for it. You have these caves that are all the same. Make me go get some stuff. Make this stuff all so common. And don't worry if you're injured, it'll heal automatically. Just wait some time. I don't know what he was thinking about. But I've got to think that the playtesters had to have been like, Sean, this game is kind of easy, man. I mean, Jimmy over here, he hired him yesterday, and he doesn't even read English, and he's already reached all the milestones. I think maybe we should make this game harder. I mean, didn't that conversation ever happen? I had to think that it did. Sean's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Everyone, it's hard enough. People are stupid, apparently. They're gonna buy our game. We made a nickel. It's a big asteroid. Do it. Iridium. But I have a ship that's amazingly powerful now. Come to you and take your stuff. What do you need? Alright, let's go to Vladisborough. It's a place in Brooklyn. It's an Italian restaurant and a ballet studio. In one. I didn't look at the starting time on that. Was it about a minute and a half? when we started out, or under? I'm betting it was under by where we are now. That's one thing in Elite Dangerous, you really get a sense of space. Yeah, it may take you 20 minutes to warp to a planet, which is annoying, but it does make you feel like there's a significant distance there. And as much as people gripe about it, if it were all 10 seconds warping around, I think you would lose that scale. So the Elite Dangerous universe feels, I should say, galaxy, feels much bigger, just because travel time is so extended. I mean, Elite has content problems since it's Bad Boy. You only have planets without atmospheres that you can land on when you land on them while you're finding shipwrecks. Oh, they're working on that. I mean, you can see the beauty behind exploration. Not as well as I think the people from Southern Dumb Space can be paying for it. That'll never be done. You know what I'm talking about. That one. That game just doesn't capture my interest at all. I don't even know why. It's just I'm not finding it interesting. Alright, so I'm landing here just so we can unload some of this stuff. That's a lot of crap. By the way, why is my radiation protection working when I'm just under a roof? I don't get it. So I appreciate you guys watching the stream. I mean, not many people watching it live right now, so I appreciate that you're watching it as you're watching it later. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know. Leave it in the comments if there's questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. I'd love to answer them for you. So leave those in the comments as well. I'm not going to sell this. It says 250 per slot, so I'm not even a full slot yet. Not a full slot. Gravitino Balls 5 is, I think, the upgrade for one of the items I need in my ship. So I'm just giving you the strategy behind why I'm not going to sell some of these things. Yeah, these are all fine. Ship inventory. These hold 500 per slot, so we have 1,000 emerald, which we need for actually one of the upgrades, so I do want to keep that. Dynamic resonators. Those are actually stacking right now, so that's fine. Radium, copper, gold's fine. 6 vortex cubes. These I really don't need. I don't know of anything uses a vortex cube. However, the fact they're stacking is pretty cool, so I'm going to sell all but 2, so they continue to stack. Gold need 1,000 for one of the upgrades. That's good. Platinum is 500. That's fine. Thamium fine. Titanium fine. So that's really all the business I got with you, sir. Hey, you know what? Let's see if you're going to sell nickel, because that would be really great. But you won't. Because that'd be convenient. And all this game is all about convenience. I like the fact you're not selling it to me. I actually do. Anything on this planet? Let's go get some of this stuff. Yeah, I didn't even bother, by the way, to collect... Hey, can you sell me some nickel? By the way, every single ship you see, you can trade with the person, which makes sense. And you don't even have to understand their language, which would have been kind of cool to try and negotiate with somebody who you can't even understand their language. We need some nickel. You got nothing. I don't need to talk to you anymore. Bye. Alright, let's get back on our ship. I don't know that we're going to stay on this planet either, actually. It doesn't appear to be anything here that I need. Although, it is pretty cool looking. Although, I swear I've been here before. I think these fan things are fairly common. Which makes me really sad. Panda. What do you have? Let's go here. Sometimes I find rotating in a circle will make it so the ship can figure out how it's going to land. Not in this case. Alright, we'll just go up here a bit. Alright, what do we got? Titanium. We need to get like a hole in the head. Where'd I get so much titanium, you might ask? Blowing up stupid sentinels. They're just full of titanium. And they're really easy to kill. Or they were Well, you know, actually, I take that back. They still are easy to kill, but they sure hit, like, very hard right now. As I say, I almost died to the last time I encountered them, so it made me a little scared to stay on that planet. I actually left. It was just too much. It's underwater. By the way, this low flight mod allows you to do this, which is damn cool. I think the entire underwater experience in this No Man's Sky is one of the most underutilized and yet beautifully rendered parts of the game. I mean, you can't stay there for long unless you're, you know, all the way up to the maximum for the underwater breathing stuff. But yet, even then, it's still not that long, and there's never anything under there. It's just a very boring area. You might find some fish. Let's see if this is nickel, by the way. I'm not really sure what it is. It might be gold. You are emerald. I should I want nickel only to repair one of the parts of my ship that I haven't been able to repair yet. I mean, that's the only goal I have here. Everything else has pretty much been accomplished. We could... How many creatures are on this planet? Yeah, enough. I could stop and try and collect all the creatures on this planet. But you know what? The planet just really isn't interesting enough. I'm going to move on. I'd rather find a planet that's really kind of unique and interesting than I would stay on a boring one and find out its life forms. So let's see. I mean, we just moved up to this new system. So, oh, by the way, I have a space mod. I forget what it's called installed. It makes space look more realistic. Hey, are you Nickel? Look at my no, here's the I'll just scratch that. Where's the rest of the planets in the system? Why, it's Eutakis, PY116. We went there for my, I think it was my birthday last year. I had the lobster. It was amazing. Didn't attack me. I figure why they, why the aggressive creature mod isn't sending everybody after me, because I would really like to see that happen. If I land on a planet, I'm imagining there's a lot of carnivorous creatures, and I said this before in previous videos. I expect that with a planet with a lot of meat, there's something eating that meat on that planet. But yet you see all these creatures that are just passive and vegetarian and blah blah blah. Except for the little tiny crab things, which are obviously easy to kill. Since I've installed this mod, I've had a few fairly sizable things running at me, and it's made me a little bit concerned, and I had to run away. And then fry them from a distance with my amazing mining laser. I think the hit points on those things need to be increased depending on the size of the creature, and that does not appear to be scaling properly. Sorry, could just be me, but if it's a gigantic creature, it should have a gigantic amount more hit points than the small version of it. This is for the modding community. I'm loving hostile subspace scan detected. What are we gonna do? What? They found valuable cargo. You know what it is? It's my carbon. Very, very rare. Okay, people, I'm gonna kick your ass. Ready? One down. It actually made a dent in my shields, which kind of surprised me. Yeah, of course they were. And I'm not going to pick up the stuff they have because it's most likely going to be nothing there anyway. Ooh, your standing with the Viking is increased. I'm going to have to tell my wife about that. She's going to love that. I'm going to go wake her up in a bit. Honey, my standing with the Viking has just increased. I know. I wasn't even expecting it. And then, boom, out of nowhere. I just had to wake you up and tell you that. I thought you would love to hear that. Like, right away. I don't know if I should use, titanium, or zinc, I mean, for that. Zinc seems to be the harder thing to find. Titanium would have been smarter. I like that some minerals give a better effect than others, so you have to use a lot more of one than another. But in a pinch, you can use either. My most thrilling moment, I mentioned this in another video, was I was on a planet that had no zinc that I could find. And I had swapped out the ship for a wrecked one, and I could not get off the ground. And I had to break down one of the components of my ship in order to get enough zinc to do it. I'm going to land here and see what this rock is made of. I need nickel. Oh, you can tell me right there. What do you mean? Copper. Let's go with that. What do you mean, Captain? Copper. That's gold. Oh. Emerald. Space station. What are the odds of finding a space station this far from inhabited space? Do we leave? Do we stay? Space station. Well, I don't see any reason to stay right now. It seems like there's no thrill on this planet. Let's just land once and make sure. It might be a sentinel aggressive planet, and those tend to have some sort of fun, promising thing. So let's figure out why the sentinels are guarding the planet. This looks like a plain-ass planet.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Fine, regular, deficient, devoid. So weather is fine. Great. That's great. The weather's fine right here. It's a really great, fine place. Why people aren't living here is beyond me. Obviously, the sunsets are going to be amazing. Let's see what other. I think there's a few more planets in the system right there. They got to be more thrilling than that last one. Because seriously, hey, what's this made of? I didn't expect that. And it looks like a thamium rock. You notice that some of them look like thamium. Some are really crystally cool looking. I've only seen those a couple times now, though. Oh, Mad Heterodon, far side of Panda Gookin. Just, do you notice that was a long warp though? It's like it was 2.5 minutes to get to this one. That's again one of the longest ones I've seen. As we traveled closer and closer to the center and waiting for the creatures to get weirder and weirder, and it's just, I mean, it's kind of like not happening for me. You think that's a white lie? Is like the portals, you know, where you have portals but you just can't use them, or they're not in the game yet, or they're not active? Is there some really divisively complicated mechanism for activating a portal and no one's being able to figure out, but yet every other aspect, puzzle, numeric puzzle and output, whatever, is solvable in seconds? Are portals really that difficult? Or do you think they're bugged or not included? You gotta go with the latter. I don't think they got them done. I just don't think they got them done. They can't be that hard to figure out if every other puzzle in the game is, again, 10-year-old school level. How is it that no one can open a portal? It's all these players that are playing, There's some smart people with some great streams, and none of them can figure it out. Yeah, it's kind of making me think that there's some shenanigans here. I'm gonna slow down and reload my ship to Let's reload our launch thruster.
Technology recharge.
We have some time. We can make a warp cell here.
Product constructed.
Warp cell.
Product constructed.
If I do that again. Wood.
Constructed.
Ooh, we don't have enough plutonium. We just used it all. We did. Got me guilty. Let's just go here.
Technology
That'll free up 2 slots in the suit inventory. If it gets freed up in the ship inventory, I can stack 500 though. So let's move this back and this back. So I can now push in 2 stacks of aluminum and 2 stacks of copper. This should fill ship. That's pretty good. Kind of move this iridium back though and move up something that takes more space again, like titanium. Not titanium, no, it's titanium. Can we do that again? We have some zinc here. We can move something that's not a huge... Our nickel stack obviously is low because we don't have enough to use it yet. Let's move up 500 of something else. Oh, it is taking up 2 spots. It's more than 250. You know what? I'm going to ditch one of these just because one is useless. Doesn't make sense to have 2 here. There you also use this one. We can move our emerald, both our emerald stacks up to the ship. Alright, that's looking better. And there's copper a little shy. Notice that stack was full. I don't mind the challenges of inventory management in this game. Yes, you don't have a lot of slots and you have to be creative with the way of using them. I'm fine with that. I just consider that something you gotta work around. You can bitch about it, but it's not game breaking for me. It's just a limitation in things. And you can think of it like it's a real life problem. Alright. Let's have this planet be thrilling. It's not looking very thrilling. It's iridium. Well, that's disappointing. And on that note, I think I'm actually going to call it a night. I don't see any reason to... I think our next system, we're going to have to go to the next system. I don't think there's anything left in this system. I doubt that's nickel. Still a ton of bases on a planet. Just no sense of adventure. Being the first to ever be here before. Oh, don't worry about it. Somebody already peed on that hill that you were heading to. Alright, right here. It's as good a place as any. No? You don't want me to land here? I can move forward a little bit. Does that make you happy? Yeah, apparently not. I don't understand what this game wants. Land. Land. Like the little hop for no reason there. That was fancy. Ooh, should we see what technology we already have? Ooh, can damage data. I can't believe I found everything already. Just frustrates me. I'm gonna just explode or gush if I see something I don't have already. I know. We're like so forward to this game for so long. Anyway, I've harped on that already. I'm sorry. I won't mention it again in this video. Because I'm over. This video's done. That's right. I'm going to head to bed. It's late. Well, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you did enjoy it. And I'll make more. If you just watch it and don't want to leave me a like, then I'm probably not going to make any more. Because I'm making these thinking that they're entertaining. I'm enjoying watching them. And I'm playing it. So, there you go. If you'd like to see more, subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome too. And again, I might post some mixology videos or other things, my photography stuff. Let me know what you'd like to see. I play games, I make drinks, and I do photography. Those are my skills. That's all I got. So let me know, and hopefully I'll catch